Good morning, St. Francis. Good morning, people of God. It is Thursday, the 27th day of June, 2024. It is Thursday of the 12th week of the year, the 12th week in Ordinary Time. It is still camps, the King Bible School, all kinds of preschool camps, all kinds of things like that happening on the campus today. But also today, we are finally getting the arrival of the new pastor here at St. Francis, Father Chris Cohen, again, whose name in German, comes from the Hebrew, also which means priest. So it's like Chris is the priest whose last name means priest. So all very interesting. So, but he is right now doing 9 o'clock mass, his first 9 o'clock mass here, weekday mass here at the parish. And there's going to be a little bit of a reception afterwards, so heading over to that. But in the midst of everything else that's happening here, as you can hear the buzz of the leaf blowers and everything else like that happening on this day, on this Thursday, the 12th week of the year. The Book of Kings leads us to the second great tragic episode. Again, the first great tragic episode in the history of Israel is the defeat and the deportation and loss of the 10 tribes of the kingdom of Israel into the people of Assyria. Never heard from again. And seem to have been so assimilated as to perhaps have lost, again, who they were as the people of Israel. Now, again, some that remain in the northern part of Israel, of the remnant of that kingdom, basically just the poor, and those who could not produce anything that Assyria would have wanted, they will intermarry and intermingle with the Assyrian peoples. But kind of remained true to Judaism to an extent, although there was always great dissension between the northern people in Israel and the southern people of Judea, who basically remained, as they saw it, more faithful and more loyal to the covenant that God had set up. But today we hear about Jehoiachin, something begins with a J. That great last king of Israel, whose armies are defeated by the armies of Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, and basically the walls of Jerusalem are broken down, and the Babylonians take over Israel, and they deport the king and his family and all the nobles and even the army, the soldiers, and everything else like that to Babylon, where they will remain for about 40 years, if not more. I forget how long it is. But again, the great exile now that happens. The thing about, again, this exile of the kingdom of Judah is that the Israelites kind of do not they don't disappear. These last 2 tribes, which is basically is the tribe of Judah and the tribe of Benjamin, that they are the last ones kind of to remain and do not lose sight of themselves, or else are not so assimilated into Babylonian culture as to sort of lose their identity as the people of Israel, as the people of God. But still a tragic day nonetheless. And this account basically just says how everything was broken, the temple was destroyed, all the ornaments that were inside of it that Solomon had set up are basically either broken or carted away to Babylon. And the only people that are left are the poor, again, of no use, again, to Babylon. And so they remain sort of, again, as this remnant to basically find their own way. And again, basically they don't really, and so it just kind of fades. Memory of Israel fades from people's understanding and people's knowledge and what have you. And so this great tragic moment, again, in the life of Israel, that we recount today in the Book of Kings. In Mark's Gospel today, though, we have the interesting kind of thing where Jesus is talking about, what does it mean to be a person in relationship with him? What does it mean to be a person who is united to him, or who understands or cares about the mission that Jesus is establishing? And it isn't just people who pray. It isn't just people who, who just say, Lord, 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 all the time. It's not just about prayer. And again, this is where it gets very tricky, because sometimes in our faith today, we've kind of reduced everything to just make sure that I can do my duty of devotion and or prayer, either before the Blessed Sacrament or in a church in quiet or whatever it is. And Jesus is basically saying it's not enough. It's not enough. And it doesn't guarantee anything because you constantly say, Lord, 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 again and again and again. Then Jesus goes on and says, but even if you're going to expel demons, you're going to heal people or whatever it is, that's not enough either. And so basically leaves you with the question, well, what is enough for you, Jesus? And it's basically, again, the sense of authenticity, the sense of, again, knowing that we are given a great gift in faith. We are given a great gift in being able to believe, because in a world that finds it so easy to doubt finds it so easy to be skeptical, finds it so easy to be, shocked and not caring and indifferent to things. What faith offers us, is the ability to see things more clearly and to see things more profoundly than we ever could do on our own. It isn't necessarily about showing off. Look at what we did, Jesus. We did what you asked us to do. It isn't about that. It isn't about expecting to be recognized. It isn't about basically just, making sure that that our prayers get louder or heard better than other people. It's about believing that our faith matters, not just to us, but to others. Making sure that we're not doing things to stand out, to shock each other, to make each other look at us, differently, with admiration or praise or whatever it is, but to live this life of gift, and this life of faith that is given to us as a gift to help us understand ourselves more fully and more gloriously than we can ever do on our own. A blessed day, St. Francis and people of God. May the Lord give you his peace.